Hey everyone, welcome back to another AFTERBUZZ TV recap of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We're talking Iced Out. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I still Vogue every time.
I don't know. I say it every time. Still my favorite intro. Better than the other one.
It's so good.
Always.
It just makes you want to Vogue. Sorry. Welcome back, guys, to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We're in season 12. It's actually already episode 10. Can you believe it?
Wow.
It's just, I feel like they're almost already cashing up to like real time.
Yeah.
But this episode is called Iced Out, and it's all about Iceland and Kourtney's birthday and a little bit of Rob in the mix. So I'm your host, Francesca. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. It's one of those days. XOXOCESCA. Dakota's next to me. You can find him.
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And I am Justine. I was thinking I love Dakota T. Jones when he says that.
Thank you.
And I'm Justine, and you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and what's the other one?
Twitter?
Oh, and Facebook at Let's Face It with Justine, and Twitter at Let's Face It 33. Sorry, there's a lot. And I'm like, it's one of those days I'm like, how many are there?
And my name's Kalima. You can find me on Twitter at Lima Wisdom, ENT, like entertainment, and everywhere else at Kalima Music Art Wisdom.
Awesome.
Yes.
I think it's one of those days for all of us. We're like, I mean, what?
I know.
I'm like talking about a thing. I do have a question. Do you know? I know
I have an
usually
answer.
they go like they have like so many episodes and they take a break and then they come back in the same season. Are we gonna have a break coming up soon?
This was a coming back of the break.
This was the coming back, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say when you said 10 episodes. Is that, remember how it's like the break? Are you including all of them, or is that?
I think they kept it as season 12.
Yeah, exactly. It is
Sometimes
technically.
they do.
Yeah. I hope they come back, because it always seems to go so fast. Mm-hmm. It always ends too quickly, to me.
Do you guys know when it is over? Because I know it's been like 2 months we've been doing this.
They probably have a couple more episodes if we're already in episode 10.
No.
But I do know that I'm sure there's more seasons, because I'm like almost positive they signed on
they did.
contract. I don't want to quote anything.
Oh my god.
I know for a fact they have like 2 more years left for sure, though, because I remember before North was born, they had to sign, like, actually right when she got married, I believe, Kim, it was like they signed a 3-year contract. So after 3 years, they're going to be able to, reserve their right to go ahead and sign on for another season. But they're executive producers, so
yeah,
exactly.
If they come back,
these people are like live to be in the public. Like, I can't imagine them not wanting to be relevant.
Yep.
I'm not saying they won't be, but the show is everything.
As long as they're on, we'll be here discussing it.
Yeah.
So let's get into the episode. I'm sorry guys, but I just love when they start every episode with some like random thing. It's usually like the kids or whatever, but it was Kim and Scott talking about how loose ladies with JJs must be after having kids.
And I'm so happy I don't have kids, because I'm like, this is not going to happen.
It's terrifying.
Like, what do you mean it's like a hot dog thrown down a hallway?
Like that's so scary.
Oh my god, that was like TMI. I was like,
I know. And they were talking about like the arranged furniture and everything, and how like all the furniture is still there but just rearranged, and there's bumps and
he said like a hurricane.
Yeah. I'm like, how scary is that?
Sucks.
Like I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
I bet you it's not even, I mean, sure, every lady's probably different, but Scott loves to just like say crazy things.
Yeah.
So.
He loves to say crazy things. He likes to just push the limit where you're like, did he just say that? Like, you're cringing. I was like,
yeah.
You never know what he's gonna do, especially when he's drunk. But this episode, I actually really enjoyed Scott. Again, I've had a few more of these moments.
Love Scott
in this last season, because he's been trying to make a change, as we can see. And so it's Kourtney's birthday, and this is the first birthday that they haven't spent together in almost like a decade, probably even longer. They've known each other forever, and he really wanted to go and surprise her. But he stuck to his guns on kind of like staying back and doing something else, letting her be, which I'm really happy.
Good,
Were you guys
Scott.
okay with that decision that he made?
Of course, yeah.
I mean, He kind of made the decision, then he was like, no, I'm gonna go, no, I'm not, and then finally Kim was just like,
well, Scott grew up obviously as an only child, like being able to make his own decisions. So I think he was like, I know what she wants, but I'm kind of going back to being selfish. That was what the issue was with Kourtney. Like, you're so selfish, you put yourself first, even before your family. Like, forget me. So I think that if Kourtney really wanted him there, she would have asked him to be there, and he should respect it. He's got to build that. He's got to build those blocks. Totally back agree. For her trust.
Yep,
so.
And I thought that was so hilarious. She said something like exactly. I thought I wrote it down, where she was just like, "Yeah, no.
I think it's better you don't come.
Don't come. It's okay. Yeah. Kourtney's having a great time." He's like, "Oh, really?" And it's like,
don't let him down.
Yeah, leave it to Kim. She always says it straight.
No, yeah.
But it's good because I think, like you said, he was kind of going back and forth on his decision, and I think that really helped. And he did something nice when they came back. They had a whole family little get together that's really cute. And he was talking with Chris about it, and he said, if things work out in the next few years, I want to look back and know I didn't miss anything. And he didn't, because he did this special, cute little family day.
Right. So even though it wasn't on her actual birthday, it shows that he made an effort and that he is trying to have like the family time. I do like that he's not pushing himself too much on her these days. He is kind of playing the victim card a lot still, but I do like the fact that he's getting a little bit better and better, and I like the fact that he's not just like trying to force Kourtney back into anything.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I like that he's not forcing her into anything. And talking about playing the victim, I just try to imagine if my dad's not in my life, but like my grandma passed away a year ago, and I think about like my mom, like if it was both and then at like the same time, like that would be rough. That would be rough.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. So I do give him that. Like, I could never even imagine what it would be like to be in that circumstance. No. So I do get that changes a person, and it really rocks their world for it really shakes it up.
Yeah.
So sad.
It is, and he's like I said, like he's stuck in his ways, but he is making an improvement. So
definitely more of an improvement than we've seen the past 10 years.
Ever, yeah.
And even when he's not making an improvement, everyone knows. Like anybody that like watches, they know that I'm a big Scott fan. It's not even just about the way. I'm not even talking about the way he treats anyone. I just love his sense of humor. I just think it's hilarious. I'm not talking about him in any other way. I think he obviously has a lot to work on, but he just makes me laugh. I love when he's on the show because I just love him.
He makes light of everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's how he copes with stuff.
And he's hot, so.
Ooh, well, if things don't work out with Kourtney, Scott, Scott, can call Justine.
Hey, Scott, what's up?
What's up? So, before we get into like the main part with Iceland, we saw from last week's episode, Rob, they find out about the baby and everything. So Chloe's still in this continual like brother fighting thing, not talking, and go ahead.
Yeah, no, for me, one of the things that I wrote is, she mentioned how Rob is talking to all of the sisters except Chloe.
So
yet
awkward.
Chloe took him in.
That's literally. I can't believe you said that, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
And it made me think like, that means that he actually has the most respect for Chloe.
Yeah.
And that's why he doesn't want... to me, it makes sense as to why he doesn't want to open up, because he knows that whatever her opinion is, it's going to
hurt
affect
him the most. Yeah.
And and I'm the youngest. I want to do what I want to do. I found this girl. I know you guys don't like her, so... Everybody else, they're going to accept it, but Chloe, you know me the best,
Yep.
So I think that's what it is, but I think that there's something that they're not telling us, because when Chloe was sitting with Malika, she was saying, I don't know why, you know why, your brother, what happened where you can't call him and he can't call you.
There's a definite thing that happened.
Yeah. And he says, Rob said it was because, how she was like almost being too much of a mother to Lamar,
right?
And he was like, you see why I don't ever want to call, because it always turns into this. But I think that's kind of an issue that Chloe admits, that she's so nurturing, and then it's like people turn around and like take advantage. I mean, she literally took care of Lamar, and this man, first of all, she was about to sign the divorce papers, and then he's literally found doing something so disrespectful to her, And then
And
she
to
takes him,
himself.
and then she completely selfless drops everything, takes him in. She still, you know, is by his bedside, and now he's drinking. He was drinking the night before.
And he acts like a little child when she brings it up.
And he's like with
know.
the candy,
And
popping it.
where do you think she gets it from? I love Chris, but where do you think she gets it from? She gets it from being able to, you know, enable, and that's why they do this to her, because they know that they can come back. And I feel bad because, you know, Rob, she has Rob's best interest at heart, and he needs to grab his junk and listen to what she has to say, because at the end of the day, China can leave, China can come, Chloe's gonna be there for you.
And
you know?
it's really funny that you said that, because I didn't think of that at all. All I was thinking, I was like, that's really messed up, because Chloe and Rob have always been the closest. Like, he lived with her, and so I never thought about that. Maybe he respects her so much that he didn't tell her. I didn't think about that.
Either way, it's definitely one of those things where, like whether he thinks a certain way or not, it's disrespectful that he's kept her out of the loop this whole time, that he is kind of acting weird and he's not answering her calls. Like, no matter what happens, if I ever pulled anything like that with my sister or vice versa, like, that's just crossing a line. Like, I would never do that to my sister ever.
Yeah, it's you don't want to hurt the people that you love the most, and sometimes that reduces your mannerisms to like immature mannerisms.
There's so many of them though.
Yeah.
So they're like,
I think he knows that he can do it. I mean, his mom literally helped him buy this mansion. No, listen.
And decorated
think
it,
about
right?
yes. Think about you come from money. That's one thing. Okay, great. Your mom wants to buy you a nice house. That's fine. But it's completely done up to where all you have to do is walk in it.
Right.
And then you can also critique it and say, this room is too girly for me and I don't want it anymore.
She's stacked with food.
This is,
crying out loud.
this is a lifestyle where if I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. And if I have to learn the hard way that my family is really the last people that are, you know what I'm saying, the first and the last for the rest of my life, he's gonna have to learn the hard way. But it's so unfortunate, because I love that Chloe is a genuine person, and sometimes when people take advantage of that, it's only gonna make you more and more bitchy. I hate
you
to
feel
say
so
that,
passionate about Chloe and Rob.
I do.
No, I totally agree.
I love Rob, but I think that I see too many signs around Chloe where she's giving herself to people and they're taking.
Well, I mean,
She's
like we said,
constantly taking
right? Like
advantage of.
Lamar's out there drinking and everything. Like, he could have lost.
I mean,
his
she needs
life.
to be like, listen, I did not do this for nothing. I did not take care of you for nothing. If you're gonna drink, you don't need to be in my house. There needs to be a boundary.
Boundaries.
Yep.
He's a grown man. He's grown. You feel me? And he's an athlete. You know what's good. You know about your health. You know, she doesn't need to be the one.
He was like a child, like eating the candy. She's like, no, and he's like, it's fine. My blood sugar. I need some. And I'm just like, oh my god.
It was insane.
And then the next conversation's gonna be, oh, it's fine, I'm just going out tonight, and then she's gonna find out something else. You know, like when does it end?
It's like a Scott, but in a different mannerism. But I have to say, if it wasn't for Lamar in this particular situation, he wouldn't have been able to bring Rob to Chloe, because they're both kind of being stubborn. And Chloe, like Malika was just like, why don't you go like talk to him? Or we've seen other episodes where it's like, just go talk to him. And the one time she did, he wasn't there, and she just doesn't want to go out of his way. So if Lamar and Rob didn't come in holding hands together, did you guys see that bromance? That was ridiculous.
I love their bromance.
Their bromance is amazing.
I do too.
I love
But
it.
if he hadn't had done that, this would have kept extending and extending. And you know, like I said, they're both kind of acting immature about it. So you see when Rob gives Chloe the hug, she's like,
so awkward.
Oh my gosh.
it wasn't awkward. It's like,
It was awkward.
It's
but I mean, like,
BS.
it's awkward, but it's like she knows what she's doing to do that. Because we've all done that. We mad at someone that we really actually aren't that mad at, but we're trying to act mad to like get the power.
Exactly.
You know,
like,
that's what she was doing.
She's like, don't act like you know, in her head, she's like, don't act like nothing's wrong.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, seriously. I want to say though, during that whole scene, whatever she was wearing, her makeup, her hair, like she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's very hard
right.
for people to pull off like both short and long hair. A lot of people think she looks better with long hair, she looks better with short hair. She looks good with both. Like I love,
and her body's
like,
insane.
Yeah, I like Kim with long hair. I like Courtney, but her, she could pull it both, just like Kylie. So
true.
I like,
That's true.
That's really
So
off
true.
topic, but I really like their hair and makeup too.
So they kind of got to the point of like, okay, let's have dinner, because you know we saw earlier they FaceTimed Lamar. Lamar FaceTimed Rob, and they're talking about going to dinner. And so Rob wants to go to dinner, but he's like, all of us i.e. including Black China. And she's kind of like, no, I don't want to, like she said, I don't want to go from A to Z right away. I need to work the alphabet in between, right? And I don't know if she doesn't dislike her. I don't think she said she dislikes her.
She said she didn't know her, remember?
Right, she didn't know her, but
And
like...
she wants Rob time.
Right.
Figure it out with him before her.
Right. It makes
her in
it makes complete sense. But then Courtney said, they don't really know her like she does. Like, with the whole thing with Tyga, they down the street, and that's how they became friends and everything. So yeah, but I mean, Rob needs to have alone time with Chloe for sure.
I don't know. I'm sure you guys have probably talked about it before. What do you think about the relationship between Rob and China in general?
I mean, I've gotten to where I like it now. At first, I was like, I did not see this coming. I would never see them together. But I feel like she definitely, I was talking about this last episode, I think she's helping make him a better person, making him feel better about himself, bringing him out of the house. He's been having fun, joking around.
Did you ever think that it was maybe a manipulation, even though it worked?
Yeah,
and it got him out the house.
At first, I thought maybe it was just to get back at Kylie.
I thought it was maybe for publicity. That's what I thought it was like a joke. Like I thought it was like a prank because I think
what? I don't follow China. I never, so I don't know her enough, even from being in the media. But Courtney in this episode made me realize if Courtney kind of trusts her and sees, oh, she's a funny person, it made me think, okay, maybe it's real, I don't know.
I think it's real.
Yeah, I think whatever they have now is real because, I mean, Rob was in a really dark place. We literally did not see him for like 4 years. So I don't think someone could, purposely for 4 years, like, I'm going to avoid everything just for ratings and for whatever. Like, that's serious depression. Like, so he brought her out. So I think it's real.
But someone who disrespects your own blood, your own little sister.
I would not
it's just a weird.
That.
It's just such a weird situation.
Yeah.
And
only the Kardashians would get in that situation.
He seems like he's too comfortable with China lashing out at Kylie.
Right.
I would shut that down immediately and be like, look, that is my little sister.
That's my family. That's like you talking about me like that.
It's like, you better step back and there needs to be boundaries.
And
I feel
Kylie's
like this family
young.
doesn't have boundaries sometimes.
And Kylie's young, so to be like really talking crap on Kylie, like she's 18 years old.
Right.
Some things that are like common sense, you would think this is not acceptable. This is. It's just like a blurred line.
Nothing shocks me with
blurred
them,
lines.
Nothing shocks me.
Well, yeah, definitely
Totally
blurred.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't. Especially when Chloe was talking about Caitlyn, that whole situation, especially with even in this episode, Rob and Caitlyn don't speak either.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. They haven't really told us that yet. But I mean, if Rob is
that's what I was gonna say.
If Rob is distant to everyone, I mean, I would feel that would be including Caitlyn as well.
So, has Rob and Caitlyn? I guess they really haven't like talked at all.
Yeah.
No. He's been gone that long.
I honestly don't know if they've met.
Well, Rob was very vulnerable anyway, even from his own father. I remember he even said that he considered Lamar like a father figure, which is kind of like, a little bit about that.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that if that was your only father figure, say, besides Lamar, and then that happens, can you imagine that sort of, that's traumatic for anybody. Mm-hmm. And now you're like the only. Remember, they said that Rob even kind of formed like an OCD from the fact that Rob Sr. passed. So it made me so sad that that just goes to show there's so many different angles in Rob's life that made him stay in that house. He doesn't want to talk. He's like, I feel betrayed anyway. So why would I get to know this brand new person? You're basically telling me the person that I thought I knew my whole life is
Yeah.
I hope people comment and if you've experienced someone who has transitioned, how that is as a son.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult thing. I feel like,
especially for the boy, for like he sees the boy.
Yeah, I feel like it is because Chloe even said it. She lost her dad to begin with, and then she had when Caitlyn was Bruce, and then that's all she ever knew, and then now. Like Bruce is gone in a sense, Caitlyn has even said that like she feels like that part of her died in a sense.
As much as they say it, doesn't bother them, or they're over it. Like, that's something, doesn't just take a couple months to get over that.
No.
Like, imagine if it was your mom, your dad. Like, that's what
I was
there's something
gonna say.
wrong with it, but it's just like, it's not something a lot of people are used to. So it takes a while, you know? It takes, some people don't take it well, some people do, and yeah, just
nothing surprises us, right?
No, nothing anymore.
It's like there's always, I mean, now there's literally gonna be a baby, the first Kardashian.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, just the family, like, who's the uncle, who's the aunt, who's this, like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it isn't a surprise. I mean, it's a surprise, but it's like, what else is new?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
Right?
So
And
I can't even wait.
They need to bring down the Kardashian
I
name,
can't
and he was
even
the
wait.
only one that could do it.
Yep.
So we
true.
got that.
So on lighter topics, because I thought that was a great conversation about some of the heavier stuff.
Yeah.
But most of the episode was surrounding Iceland, and I think that was really kind of interesting that Kim said that's one place on her bucket list.
Right.
Because
It's random.
it is such a random place. Like, I would love to go there too, but it's not something you think of. And like they said, you know, Mexico and
Well,
you know,
I think
wherever
Kim's
she's
been everywhere.
Yeah.
So her bucket list has to be
know.
like something that we don't really hear about.
Her bucket list has to be like like elite things.
Antarctica.
It's like, okay, because like
things we
she's
haven't
done
even heard
everything.
about.
Yeah, she's done everything. Like, I feel like what's on her bucket
Like
list,
Canada.
maybe she can't talk about. Like she might not be able to talk about what's on her bucket
No
list
diss for
because
people
it's
that
like,
live in Canada. I feel bad about that. I don't mean
okay.
to diss, but
No.
You're saying it's just like out of the typical like vacation spots. Although I really want to go to Canada too.
I do, because I'm like, I hear that they're kind of, I know this is so off topic, but it's like, I'm curious the cultural difference between us, because I hear they're very similar, but there's things that are different, so I'm like, ooh,
It'd be
kind of
fun
cool
to
to see
visit.
it. So many celebrities are from Canada. Let me just put that
It's
out
so
there.
true. I didn't really think
Justin
of that.
Bieber,
Exactly.
like a bunch of people. So I'm like,
Drake.
shout out to the Canadians.
right?
Yeah.
They're getting it
Keep
done.
on coming over. So the whole reason we go to Iceland is because Kanye is filming his highlights video out there, and I do want to take a second to talk about music videos, because Kanye said, "Man, it's so much for me taking this like helicopter going out there, blah blah blah." And I was about to say, like, why are you saying it's so much? Like, this is your decision to do this music video, like on a glacier, on a whatever he's talking about, hanging over cliffs. But then he followed it up by saying, no one really appreciates music videos anymore. And my dream growing up used to be making music. That I wanted to be a music video director. I wanted to make music videos. And I used to love watching, like, you know, the 90s, early 2000s, like, videos, because they had dancing and they had this and that, and now everyone kind of doesn't really care about the videos. You know what I mean?
Michael Jackson
music
was the
videos.
first to ever do a music
Thriller,
video.
right?
Thriller, exactly. And I think, you know, he set a standard, and for so long, I mean, growing up watching, you know, MTV and stuff, we literally, I mean, from the 90s, that's
TRL.
when you're at home, you're there to listen to the new songs and see that video. But I think with social media now and technology in general, the attention span is like this.
Yeah.
So I think that's why for Beyonce, she was like, if I do this, it's got to be in a surprising sort of way, where I just drop it, and the only way you're gonna hear it is if you watch my video anyway.
I still love watching music videos.
Yeah, I
love
do,
music
but I
videos.
just don't have time, and I'm like, when am I gonna watch a video?
I honestly,
I'd rather just
I
hear
have
the
to
song.
love the person so much.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
I have to be a huge fan of them to watch
Really?
a video.
Right.
And when you know they'll make a good video.
Right.
Because some are boring. So like I don't know, like ones that like Nicki Minaj usually has, whether you like it or not, they're like kind of crazy.
Right, right.
Or,
Colorful.
Yeah, like certain musicians.
Or even
But I
Miley
think-
Cyrus, like she's always surprising.
True.
Miley always does some crazy ones.
Yeah. But I think it's also like, you could tell that the budget, like, they don't even need to put a lot in it. Like he said, mostly, exactly. He was saying that mostly it's a green screen. But even like, I'm thinking of Justin Bieber when he was in Iceland. He did, you know the song "Show Me, I'll Show You."
Okay.
Yeah, and it was basically, I mean, obviously it was probably multiple cameras, but it was just him literally running down the landscape, you know. And but it's Justin Bieber. We want to see it, and then it's just beautiful. It's beautiful scenery. So it didn't need a big budget. We just need you somewhere singing your song, you know.
So true.
See, if I had the chance, I don't do music. I know you do. If I had the chance, like I think of music videos, and I'm like, if I ever sang, like, that'd be such a cool idea, concept. And these people that have budgets to do anything that they just are like, no. I'm like, oh my god, I have the best ideas, but it would cost so much money, and I'm like, I just want to call them and be like, make a good music video.
Well, like, we'll rein it back in just a second.
Right.
But like you're talking about Beyonce, I like wish artists could still do that. And my friend who's a DJ was like, no one has the budget like Beyonce.
No.
So Kanye to do this stuff, even if it's just him standing on a glacier or whatever he's doing, like he has the budget to do these things. And I like that he's taking his art into consideration, even though like we saw with the famous music video with the wax figures, or not wax figures, we're not sure. But he's taking the time to think about these visuals, whereas everyone else is kind of like, let me throw some lights around, let me do no diss to any people that do it. Like, I know how much work goes into music videos, but I appreciated that comment from him. It is. It's like mini films.
It's a lot of stuff's just green screen.
Yeah.
You
no. I just think a lot of stuff with Kanye, it's like a hit or miss. You never know if you're gonna like it or not. But the thing is it doesn't matter if you like it. You're talking about it, and like us right now, like that's
the
what
Kardashians.
That's what he wants. So like no matter what, like I wasn't a fan of the famous video, but like it got people talking, and it did exactly what he wanted it to do.
And the bottom line about art in any sort of aspect is that it's unapologetic. It's the perception when he was in the studio, what he was thinking when he was telling that story. And if that means it's a green screen or like him with some blue eyes or, you know, cat eyes or something, and he's just in a black room staring at a light, like that's what he saw when he was making the song. So I just think, for me, I respect, even if I don't get it, because most of the time I don't get it. But if I don't get it, I respect the fact that he's going after what is unique to him, and like you said, it's making us talk about it. So that's all he wanted in the end, anyway.
True.
Yeah.
And he wanted Kim to come with him to Iceland on his video. But you know, of course, it has to coincide with the birthday. Like I feel like you go months with no events, and then all the events are on the same day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's exactly what happened here. And his actual shoot was on her actual birthday. And I understand, although like hearing it sounds kind of like first world problem or petty or, you know, childish. But I understand, like, they support, like Kim and Kanye really support each other, and that's why you initially went on the trip to be there for him, do whatever. But then it's also your sister's birthday, and she only turns 37 once. God damn, she doesn't even look 37.
When I heard that, I was like, what?
I know.
Like, I forget that they're
she's
in their
older.
mid-30s.
Yeah.
I always forget because they don't, I'm not going to say they don't act like it, but I mean, they're on a reality show, they're the Kardashians, and you forget, they're like insane. So you're like,
it's kind of crazy because the fact that she like missed Kanye's video shoot because she was getting a hot dog with Kourtney, like that is first world problems. Like no matter what you have to say, like that's something that I would love that to be my problem.
Right. Like, sorry I missed your video shoot. I was getting a hot dog.
Like, I can't believe I missed Kanye's video. Like, I had to be there for Kourtney and her hot dog.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. She's,
like, that's
she's
how
gluten-free. She's like organic. Doesn't happen all the time.
She has to get it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that their schedules are just so busy that, like, this was the trip where I'm going to be selfless and I know that you're working, but I'm going to be there for you, because I just think as a man, you want, like, even though you like the fact that your wife is independent and she doesn't necessarily need you financially, you want to know that she's there for you and she can kind of just be there to have that, you know, company, and she knows that he values that. But I do think that, I mean, common sense says, let's make sure that we have a designated day and a time to celebrate your birthday. His shoot is going to be from this time to this time. Maybe we should not do it this day at all because I'm going to be tired. Or make sure, let's just know that I'm going to meet you at dinner. And for the rest of the days,
like,
we'll turn up.
She could have made it work. They were not there just a day.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, this, if it was, you're literally, I mean, traveling alone. When you're traveling, you plan. I don't really know what the issue was.
I think that they were trying to make it a bigger, you know, drama on the show. And, you know, Kanye had his little moment where he, like, took his little orange reflector jacket and walked away. But, you know, they spent the night together and they went to the studio together. And I'm sure Kanye knows where he's coming from, because as much as he's so in his ego, he really values family. And that's one thing Kim says, is he's an amazing father, an amazing part of their family.
And he, surprisingly, out of everyone in that family, you don't see him on the show a lot.
I know. I was actually surprised to see a little bit of drama with him, because he's always very, like, quiet. He'll kind of nod a lot, but like, I've never seen him like this much a part of an episode, let alone him get upset and kind of walk away. I was like, oh wow, we're like seeing a different side of Kanye that we haven't seen. it's kind of cool.
I don't think it's gonna get any more than this though. It's always gonna be those little tidbits where we can't even really tell who he is. We're not gonna really ever really know his personality, but they're gonna air the sweeter side.
You'd think that he'd go and use that opportunity to do even more crazy shit. So it's like really funny. He just doesn't want to be on camera. I'm like, wait, from Kanye?
I feel like he's come a long way in a sense where he does seem more interactive and a little bit more social. I know I've been seeing pictures of him with fans more, which I think is crazy. We said that there was obviously a camera on him, so he probably felt pressure to do the picture, but like I'm actually surprised that he's kind of interacting with his fans more, and like he does like these surprise pop-up little concerts around the world. He'll just show up and like get on the roof of the car and like I
do
love that. That's so cool. That's
absolutely.
like really cool.
Yeah.
I think he's crazy, but at the end of the day, he knows
what he's doing.
He has heart,
and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's strategic.
He knows what he's doing.
I'm so sorry, guys.
What did you think of the Blue Lagoon, though?
Oh God. Okay, I knew there was two things to talk about. Okay, the Blue Lagoon. Yes, hello. Can I please go?
I did not know that was a thing.
I thought that was a pool for the first couple. Like I was like, oh, that's a pool. I didn't realize like.
Why is it the Fountain of Youth though?
Like it's so
I don't know.
crazy.
Maybe because it's like blue and like it's something you never see, so it's like
you
kind
guys
of one
let
of a
us
kind.
know. Make sure you comment and let us know.
Yeah.
I wonder how hot it was. It looks so like a hot tub.
Yeah, it looks like it
warm.
was warm.
That's what I was thinking, because they have the little bar right there. So I'm like, you're not supposed to be drinking like for a prolonged period of time in a hot tub. So is this a good idea?
No, it's not a good idea. I like almost broke my leg from that.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why though? Oh, okay.
Just because like the heat, like your blood like gets smaller, or alcohol thins your blood, and then you're, it's all kind of like.
Maybe it was just because like maybe the steam was coming off of it. Maybe it wasn't that hot because it's already really cold out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to a natural springs like type thing once, and it wasn't like the one I went to wasn't like overbearingly hot, so I'm sure it's safe out there. But yes, it was gorgeous. However, I just wanted to say, put your cameras and your phones down, girls. Like they just had them
like enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's on their phones these days.
I feel like everyone's
just how it
guilty of
is.
that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that I'm gonna be at a place. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm enjoying it, I have to capture that because I want to watch it back. That's why Snapchat is huge.
But not the whole time. Like, get pictures.
No, of
But,
course. Not the
time.
whole time. Yeah, definitely not the whole time.
Because it's like, we don't need to see a Snapchat of a beautiful view and then just a Snapchat of you going, hey guys, like, drink.
And after all, you literally have a reality show. You will watch the whole thing
right.
back.
Exactly. They're lucky. They have their memories for
like
life.
forever. It's documented.
I feel like Kylie's Snapchat is a reality show in itself.
1,000%.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
She's the
so
only
long.
Snapchat I watch.
And I watch it though. Like I don't skip it. Like I'm actually watching
You
it.
watch it? No. Okay, I actually, yes, I watch them all, but I can't, like, most of the time she's really just posing.
Not the music.
It's okay. Yeah, that's
mouthing
it.
it.
That's it.
I hate
like in
that.
the beginning, yes, because she's had Snapchat for a while. In the beginning, yes, because we don't get to see her just even on the show that much.
Yeah.
So I would watch. Yeah, she's pretty. I'll watch it. But now I'm just like, okay, the whole 10 seconds.
Yeah.
She's like mouthing
bit
words,
much.
and I'm like, first of all, you don't sing that, so it's like we're just watching you like
Mouth the word.
like it's just weird.
But she said that she just doesn't. She doesn't like, she's not happy, or she doesn't want to open up too much. She even said this show is really just 10% of her life. So every now and then on her Snapchat, she'll open up and like do a Q&A, and like I remember one night she fully like, and I was like, dang, she's cool as hell. No, she was cool as hell. I was like, I was so happy that she opened up. And then even her and Chloe were going back and forth doing like questions and saying, what do you love about me, or what are the top 3 things that you would say like characteristics about me.
I didn't see that.
So yeah, I love like getting to know her, but she doesn't like to be vulnerable because her whole, like, I think it was the last episode where she's like, I wasn't meant to be famous, she doesn't want to kind of feed that too much,
So
See,
true.
the only thing I don't like about Snapchat is that, like, I missed that. I would love to see that.
No,
it just goes away.
It was so cool. I was like, damn,
I hate
she's
that
cool
you
as
can't
hell.
save it. Well, you can save it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can't save theirs, but yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I want to watch it.
First world probs.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I could watch Snapchat all the time. Like, that's a
Yes.
problem, right?
It's
so
like
much fun.
if you see, I don't really like promote mine or like follow a lot of people, because if you actually watched every single person's Snapchat,
Oh, no.
you could literally be there for like the time of a
Yeah.
TV show if
Yes.
you know if you're following that many
It's like
people.
Netflix.
Exactly.
Binge
Once you
watch.
pop, the fun don't stop, right?
Hey.
But last, really fast before we get into prediction or any gossip, I think it was so Courtney of them to go to that organic tomato place.
Oh my God.
That just like cracked me up
So
because
cute.
that's all she ever talks about is organic this or
Yeah.
Everything
GMO
was-
this or
everything-
Scott was like,
was
really? You go to
made of-
Iceland and you get...
I know.
I
Everything
think
is
that's
made
cool,
of like
though.
tomatoes.
I love organic anyway, but imagine in a completely foreign place to you what their perception or what their like what is it, like level of organic, you
Yeah.
know, what how do they live, like the other side, you know? So
Yep.
it's something, it's just like sightseeing. I think it was cool. I would have been open to it.
Yeah.
As
even
long
I
as it
would.
tastes
I don't even
good.
like tomatoes. I would have been open to
Yeah.
it.
I hate tomatoes, but that
tomatoes
tomato
and
soup
coffee?
looks so good.
Like, I don't know
I
about the
wanted
ice
a grilled
cream.
cheese and to dip
Oh
it.
yeah.
What do you think
Oh
about
my
ice
God,
cream?
Tomatoes on
sounds-
pizza?
No tomato ice cream. No,
No tomato
well,
ice
that's
cream.
like normal.
Tomato ice
Tomato
cream.
ice cream. They were eating that there.
Yeah.
Ew.
I was like, no.
No. I don't even
can't
want to.
even
I don't
imagine.
even
That's
want to
like-
eat a tomato plain.
I'll try it, but I'm probably not. I'll
That's
try
like,
it.
I'll take a
Um,
nibble.
It was like tomato coffee too. He was
Something
like,
Well, no, I think they were joking about.
he was like,
It'd be-
everything has
Oh,
tomatoes.
he's
Okay.
like,
yeah.
he's
I like
like, can you
tomatoes
get
on
anything that
burgers.
doesn't have it?
He's like, without a tomato blend.
But if anyone knows like California very well, there's Gilroy, which is about 40 minutes south of the Bay Area, and they have a garlic festival every year. So there's like garlic ice cream and everything, and I've never
No.
tried it. And I'm like, I
I
kind of
love
want to,
garlic.
but I kind of don't want to.
I'm from
I
Florida,
love
by the way,
garlic.
and there's a strawberry festival.
Oh, that sounds
but strawberry ice cream is normal.
But yes, yes, of course. Yeah, no, you're right. That's totally normal. But I'm just
Chocolate
saying,
covered strawberries.
it's like, yes, everything you can think
Oh,
of
that scared me.
strawberry.
I was
It's
like, what is that
unbelievable.
noise?
But yeah, I'm just saying. But for festivals, when there's a festival of it, you would be surprised. You'll probably find something that you like.
Like that you would never even
Yes.
think. Yeah.
And I'm sure
Garlic-
there's stuff that you would not like. Like the
Right.
garlic ice cream, no. I
garlic.
couldn't.
Have you guys ever had garlic pizza?
Yes. I
I
like
could-
garlic on everything.
I
Yeah.
literally throw garlic, and my mom's like, "Really?" Because she doesn't really like it, and she's just like, "I can't." She's like, "I can't eat your food." Like, oh
That's
my
so
god.
You just gonna have stinky breath after.
That's
but
right.
fine.
I'm like, it's worth it. It's worth it.
yes.
Let's get into predictions and or news and gossip. Whatever one you put up.
Yeah.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I always feel like I'm in like a spaceship.
I know.
Right?
love
It's
it.
spaceship.
We're about to take off right now. We're in a time machine.
I never really have predictions, to be completely honest, but I want to hear what you guys think's coming up because, like I said in the beginning, we're slowly catching up to what's current now. So-
Completely. Yeah.
And I think it's like they kind of tell us kind of what's gonna happen. Not
I know.
like fully, but they're like. So I, don't
I
know.
do want to see more of the Kylie. I think either Tyga surprised her with balloons.
Anything
or
with
it was,
Kylie and
Or it
Tyga.
was a stalker.
What was that? Yeah.
I remember a long time ago there was an episode where someone delivered so many pizzas to her house and it had like pictures of her face and
That's
like
so
different
creepy.
art and stuff. I kind of want to know more about that because the stalker type of stuff is so freaking scary, but it interests me and I want to see what these people
Okay,
do.
but you know.
No, I'm not.
I
I
feel
swear.
like we may say the same thing.
What?
I was gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna say this,
guy-
but
The guy that has the
But it-
tattoo.
oh no,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say that they live in Calabasas. They have gates. If someone went to
Invested.
give them pizza and they said no, I didn't get pizza,
Yeah.
they don't have to. That's planned.
It was planned because they're not going to show up to their door.
They can't get in.
Right.
So like, oh, there's a pizza.
Well, they can't not get in. It's not 100% impossible. But yes, I feel like that's exactly my sentiments
Like,
on the pizza
Let
episode.
alone
Was
like delivering
I think
12
anything.
pizzas.
I think anything is possible, especially when it's something that. Okay, yes, you're right, Calabasas, and they know celebrities live in this specific gated area, so it really is just whoever was at the gate. But people order pizza all the time. Are they gonna be like, I'm sorry, nobody ordered that, just so that they can get in trouble and
Yeah.
be like, oh, our pizzas are cold now because
Yeah.
you wouldn't let them through the
Yeah.
gate?
But it
Or
probably
he could have
wasn't a
lied.
delivery guy though, because it had all that stuff on the pizza, so it must have been a guy posing as the delivery guy.
yeah, because the delivery guy would be like, wait.
Or
Right,
he
yeah.
said it wasn't that address. He could have said it was a different address. He could have had a friend who lived in Calabasas and said, "Yes, I have." There's always ways.
Yeah, there's ways.
Yeah, but
There's
but
ways.
I do think that in this episode, or well, in the next episode, it says that she's gonna need a wake up call because of her stalker. And I'm thinking to myself, there's that guy, something Cyrus.
Johnny Cyrus.
Yes.
Yep.
Who's obsessed with her, and
this?
she feeds it. She like sends him free stuff, and
Lets her
Yeah.
like I know she
he has
him come out
all
to
of
meet.
her
I'm
all of her
Googling him right
please
now.
just Instagram him, and you'll be like, wow.
What's his name?
Johnny Cyrus.
you know
and
what's
he's got the
really-
swatches up his
Every
arm.
single gloss that she's ever had, he has it tatted on her. Like on his Twitter, it says Kylie Jenner is my religion.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
You know,
unbelievable.
do you guys know Christina Grimmie?
Yeah.
Yes.
An
Yeah.
amazing singer, and she died because a stalker went to one of her concerts.
Right.
And it's funny because not funny, but she
interesting,
had
yeah.
maybe it's because she had less bodyguards, but she didn't fill out half the arenas that Beyonce. And it's just so funny how those bigger celebrities
Right.
don't have that. I mean, they probably do have that problem, but she got killed from that, and that was a stalker. Like, you had, like, it's not funny. Like,
No,
it's
it's
really
not.
And
serious.
see, Johnny Cyrus isn't a stalker, but he's someone who's like letting you know. Like this is a dude who has accumulated followers because of his obsession with this girl. So
Okay,
that
yeah, I
that,
just got
means,
his-
that means
Yeah.
He has
what 31.
97.2K.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
And like everything's Kylie lip kit, Kylie this. That's
so this is a
That's
person
creepy.
So
who
weird.
goes to sleep, thinks about her, probably dreams about her every night, wakes up and thinks about her. You think he's not that is a stalker to me.
But you know what?
But she supports him.
So
She's like, oh, he's
weird.
my biggest fan. I know for a fact. And listen, I pray that Kylie comes clean and eventually one day, because this freaks her out. She acts like she supports him because he's the biggest fan. It freaks her out. If that freaks you out to get pizzas delivered and to have whatever balloons that were on your car. This
has
man has
enough
your lips
fans.
tatted on you with every like she just started the makeup line, honey. What's your arm gonna look like by the
know.
time
It's gonna
she's
go
like
across the
a
chest
mogul
enough.
from her makeup?
She has enough fans. Like, oh, he's my number one fan. Like, really, you have millions of people that are your fans.
I feel bad for him because it just goes to show that like you need her to feel better about yourself, because who are you? Like, you're literally, your whole life is surrounded by this girl that you don't know. She ain't gonna be your friend. She's never gonna be your friend.
You know,
she's always gonna keep you at a fan's distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. He does seem like a really nice guy, though. So, and I have a feeling he might watch this. So, like, like I'm just, I want to put that out there. Like, he probably will.
I'm just
Everything
not.
Kylie.
I'm just not. Yeah, we don't know what it's like to have. So I'm just an outsider. Listen, do your thing. You got to live your life. There's no harm in loving somebody.
Just don't kill her.
I just pray that you do find love for yourself too, because you're living with these tattoos for the rest of your life, and like, I hope that you love yourself as much as you
wonder how
love
old he
Kylie.
is.
Yeah,
That's it.
Just don't, like, hurt her.
Love yourself before you love Kylie. That's all I'm saying.
that's right.
I am very curious to know who it is that they're implying in
Yeah.
the show.
Yes.
We're running out of time. It's time to say goodbye. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like we just like nonstop talked today, and it was like really, really
fun.
good. So I hope
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
liked it. Comment,
Follow
tweet us.
Yes.
And go ahead, tell us where we can find
Yeah,
you.
well, follow us all at AfterBuzz TV, but you can find me at Lima Wisdom ENT on Twitter.
And you can find me at Let's Face It with Justine on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and then on Twitter at Let's Face It 33. And I do like fun hair and makeup stuff, so if you're a girl, you probably like that kind of stuff. So find me there.
Awesome. You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones, and on Snapchat under Crazy Coda.
Whoa, he's crazy. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, only XOXOCESCA. And we will see you next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.